Goal Mastery, your guide to setting and achieving what matters most. Table of Contents Introduction, The Unlived Life. Part 1, The Foundation Discovering Your North Star. Chapter 1, The Power of Your Why. Chapter 2, Taming the Inner Critic, Empowering the Inner Champion. Chapter 3, The Clarity Compass, Charting Your Course. Part 2, The Blueprint Designing Goals That Inspire. Chapter 4, The DREMS, Framework for Goal Setting. Chapter 5, The Architecture of Achievement, From Vision to Action. Chapter 6, Visualizing Victory, Rehearsing Your Success. Part 3, The Execution, The Alchemy of Daily Action. Chapter 7, The Momentum Machine, Forging Unstoppable Habits. Chapter 8, Conquering the Twin Dragons, Procrastination and Overwhelm. Chapter 9, The Feedback Loop, Steering Your Way to Success. Part 4, The Long Game, Sustaining Your Drive and Success. Chapter 10, The Resilience Reservoir, Bouncing Back Stronger. Chapter 11, The Accountability Advantage, You Don't Have to Go It Alone. Chapter 12, Beyond the Finish Line, The Art of Meaningful Living. Conclusion, Your journey begins now. Introduction. The unlived life. Do you ever feel a quiet hum of dissatisfaction beneath the surface of your busy life? It's that nagging feeling that you're capable of more, that there's a version of you, healthier, more fulfilled, more impactful, waiting to be unlocked. You've probably set goals before. New Year's resolutions, birthday promises, Monday morning declarations. You wanted to lose the weight, write the book, start the business, learn the language, or finally get your finances in order. You started with a surge of motivation. You bought the gym membership, the blank journal, the online course. For a week, maybe two, you were on fire. But then, life happened. The initial excitement faded, replaced by the relentless pull of old habits and the loud voice of self-doubt. The gym shoes gathered dust. The journal remained empty. The goal, once a shining beacon of hope, became a quiet monument to another failed attempt. If this sounds familiar, you are not alone. This isn't a story of failure, it's the story of using the wrong map. Most of us are never taught the skill of goal achievement. We're told to try harder or be more disciplined, but we aren't given the tools to build a system that makes success not just possible, but probable. We set goals based on what we think we should want, rather than what truly sets our souls on fire. We focus on the destination, but neglect to build the road that will get us there. This book is your new map. Goal mastery isn't about willpower, hustle, or brute force. It's about a smarter, more intentional, and more human approach to turning your aspirations into your reality. It's a system built on a simple but profound premise. Meaningful achievement comes from the alignment of your deepest values with a well-designed plan and consistent, intelligent action. We will journey together through 4 distinct phases. The foundation. Before you can decide where you're going, you must understand who you are and why you want to go there. We will dig deep to uncover your core values and purpose, the unshakable foundation upon which all lasting success is built. The blueprint. You will learn how to transform vague wishes into crystal clear, compelling goals. I will introduce you to the DREMS framework, a powerful evolution of traditional goal-setting methods designed to create goals that energize and pull you forward. The execution. This is where the magic happens. You'll discover how to build powerful habits, conquer procrastination, manage your time and energy effectively, and create a system for consistent action that doesn't rely on fleeting motivation. The long game. Achievement is not a one-time event, it's a lifelong practice. You will learn how to build resilience to overcome setbacks, leverage the power of accountability, and, most importantly, celebrate your journey and set your sights on new horizons. This book is a practical guide filled with exercises, strategies, and a step-by-step process. It's a conversation between you and your highest potential. By the end of our journey, you won't just have a list of goals. You will have a personalized system for achieving what matters most to you, today, and for the rest of your life. The gap between the life you have and the life you want is not a chasm. It's a series of steps waiting to be taken. It's time to stop dreaming about the unlived life and start building it. Let's begin. Part 1. The Foundation Discovering Your North Star. Chapter 1. The Power of Your Why. Imagine two people decide to run a marathon. The first, Alex, wants to do it because his friends are doing it, and it seems like a cool thing to post on social media. The second, Maria, is running in honor of her mother, who battled a long illness with incredible strength. She wants to prove to herself that she has that same inner strength. On race day, at mile 20, the infamous wall hits. Both Alex and Maria are exhausted. Their legs are screaming, their lungs are burning, and every fiber of their being wants to quit. Alex thinks, "This isn't fun anymore, it's not worth it." He slows to a walk and eventually stops. Maria also thinks about stopping, but then she thinks of her mother. She thinks of the promise she made to herself. She taps into a source of energy that goes beyond physical stamina. This deep, emotional reason, her why, is the fuel that carries her across the finish line. This is the fundamental difference between goals that fizzle out and goals that are achieved. It's not about talent or even discipline. It's about the power of your why. Your why is your core motivation. It's the emotional, value-driven reason behind your goal. It's the anchor that holds you steady when the storms of doubt, difficulty, and distraction inevitably hit. Goals without a strong why are like beautiful kites with no string. They might lift off the ground with a gust of initial enthusiasm, but they have no connection to you and will quickly drift away and crash. From should to must, so many of our goals are born from the land of should. I should lose weight. I should save more money. I should get a promotion. These goals are often imposed by external expectations, from society, family, or our own ego. They lack personal resonance and feel like a chore. A goal powered by a why is a must. I must regain my health and energy so I can be an active, present parent for my children. I must achieve financial freedom to have the security and options to live life on my own terms. I must pursue a career that uses my talents to make a meaningful impact. Can you feel the difference? A should is a suggestion. A must is a calling, exercise. The 5 whys. How do you find this deep, internal driver? A powerful technique adapted from the business world is the 5 whys. It's a simple exercise in asking why, repeatedly, until you get to the root of your desire. Let's try it with a common goal. I want to earn more money. State your goal. I want to earn an extra $20,000 this year. Ask why. Why do you want to earn that money? So I can pay off my credit card debt. Ask why again. Why do you want to pay off your credit card debt? Because the monthly payments cause me a lot of stress and anxiety. Ask why again. Why is it important to you to eliminate that stress and anxiety? Because when I'm stressed about money, I'm irritable and not present with my family. Ask why again. Why is being present with your family so important? Because I want my children to grow up feeling loved, secure, and supported. I want to build strong, happy memories with them. Ask why one more time. Why is creating that family environment the ultimate goal? Because to me, being a loving and present parent is the most important measure of a successful life. It's my core identity. Look at that transformation. We went from a sterile financial target, earn $20,000, to an incredibly powerful emotional core. Being a loving and present parent is the most important measure of a successful life. Now, when motivation wanes, you're not just working late for a number on a spreadsheet. You are fighting for your family. You are building a legacy of love. Which why do you think will get you through a tough day? Take your most important goal right now and put it through the 5 whys. Be honest with yourself. Keep digging until you hit an answer that resonates deep in your bones, something that feels undeniably true. Write it down. This is your fuel. This is your North Star. Chapter 2. Taming the inner critic, empowering the inner champion. You've found your powerful why. You feel a surge of inspiration. You're ready to take on the world, and then a quiet little voice whispers in your ear, "You can't do that. Who do you think you are?" You've tried this before and failed. What makes you think this time will be different? Meet your inner critic. This internal narrator is a master of doubt, fear, and limitation. Its job is to keep you safe within your comfort zone by reminding you of every past failure, every potential pitfall, and every reason you aren't good enough. If your why is the engine of your car, your inner critic is the person constantly trying to slam on the brakes. Goal mastery isn't just about setting the right goals. It's about mastering the internal landscape where those goals will live or die. This means learning to manage your inner critic and, more importantly, learning to amplify the voice of your inner champion. Understanding the inner critic, the first step is to recognize that the inner critic is not you. It's a collection of outdated beliefs, fears, and negative messages you've absorbed throughout your life from parents, teachers, society, and past experiences. Its primary intention, believe it or not, is to protect you from failure, from embarrassment, from disappointment. The problem is, it does this by preventing you from taking any risks at all, which also prevents you from growing and achieving anything meaningful. Strategy 1. Name it to tame it. Give your inner critic a name. It might be Gremlin, General Naysayer, or Debbie Downer. By giving it a separate identity, you create distance. When the negative thought arises, you're going to make a fool of yourself at that presentation. Instead of internalizing it, you can say, "Oh, there's General Naysayer again, trying to keep me safe. Thanks for your concern, but I've got this." This simple act of observation separates you from the thought and robs it of its power. Strategy 2. Cognitive reframing. The inner critic deals in distorted thinking. Your job is to become a fact-checker. When the critic says, "You fail at everything you try," challenge that absolute statement. Is it really true that you fail at everything? Make a list of things you've succeeded at, big and small, graduating, learning to drive, cooking a good meal, being a good friend. Replace the distorted thought with a more balanced and truthful one. I've had some setbacks in the past, but I've also had many successes. I can learn from my experiences and increase my chances of success this time. Enter the inner champion. Cultivating a growth mindset while you're managing the inner critic, you need to actively cultivate its opposite, your inner champion. This is the voice of encouragement, resilience, and possibility. It's the part of you that believes in your potential. The most powerful way to strengthen your inner champion is by adopting what Stanford psychologist Carol Dweck calls a growth mindset. A fixed mindset assumes that your abilities, intelligence, and talents are static. Fixed traits. Point 1. When you face a challenge, you see it as a test of your innate ability. Failure is devastating because it means you are a failure. A growth mindset believes that your abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. Point 2. Challenges are not threats, but opportunities to learn and grow. Failure is not a verdict on your worth, but a stepping stone on the path to mastery. Your inner critic lives in a fixed mindset. Your inner champion thrives in a growth mindset. How to cultivate a growth mindset? Embrace the word yet. When you catch yourself thinking, "I can't do this," add the word yet to the end of the sentence. I can't do this yet. This simple addition transforms a dead end into a journey. It implies that with time, effort, and learning, you can and will be able to do it. Focus on process, not just outcome. Instead of being solely fixated on achieving the goal, the outcome, celebrate your effort, your consistency, and the strategies you're using the process. Praising yourself for sticking to your workout schedule for a week is more powerful than berating yourself for not having a six-pack yet. See failure as data. When you have a setback, don't let the inner critic tell you it's proof of your inadequacy. Ask your inner champion, "What can I learn from this? What data did this experience give me? What can I try differently next time?" Every stumble provides valuable information for your next step. Your mind is a garden. If you let it go, the weeds of the inner critic will take over. But if you actively tend to it, by pulling the weeds of negative self-talk and planting the seeds of a growth mindset, you will cultivate a powerful internal environment where your goals can flourish. Chapter 3. The Clarity Compass. Charting your course, you can have the most powerful why and the most supportive mindset, but if you don't know where you're going, you'll just spin in circles with great enthusiasm. A ship with a strong engine but no rudder is at the mercy of the currents. Clarity is your rudder. It gives you direction. Many people skip this step. They jump straight to setting goals based on what's right in front of them, a promotion at work, a number on the scale, without first taking a high-level view of their life. This is like planning a single trip without looking at a world map. You might get to your immediate destination, but you might find it's in a country you never wanted to visit in the first place. Goal mastery requires you to become the cartographer of your own life. You must first map the terrain of your values and priorities before you can plot a specific course, the wheel of life. A 30,000-foot view, a powerful tool for gaining this high-level clarity, is the wheel of life. It helps you assess your current satisfaction levels in the key areas of your life, revealing where you are thriving and where you need more attention. Imagine a circle, like a pizza, divided into 8 slices. Each slice represents a critical area of your life. Common categories include career/work, your job, business, or professional path, finances, your income, savings, investments, and financial health, health and fitness, your physical well-being, nutrition and energy levels, relationships, spouse, partner, family, and close friends. Personal growth, learning, skills development, and self-improvement, fun and recreation. Hobbies, leisure, and activities that bring you joy, physical environment. Your home, office, and the space around you, contributions/spirituality. Your sense of purpose, giving back, or spiritual connection. Exercise. Rate your wheel, draw this wheel. Now, on a scale of 1 very dissatisfied to 10 fully satisfied, rate your level of satisfaction in each area of your life right now. Mark that rating on the corresponding spoke of the wheel, with 1 being near the center and 10 on the outer edge. Once you've rated all areas, connect the dots. You'll be left with a shape. Is it a big, round, balanced wheel that would provide a smooth ride? Or is it a bumpy, jagged, lopsided shape that would make for a very uncomfortable journey? This is not an exercise in judgment. It's an exercise in awareness. The areas with the lowest scores are not your failures, they are your opportunities. They are the areas where setting a meaningful goal could have the most profound positive impact on your overall life satisfaction. You might realize that while you've been fixated on your career, a score of 8, your health has been suffering, a score of 3. This insight immediately tells you where your focus is most needed. From broad areas to core values, the wheel of life tells you what areas need attention. Your core values tell you how you want to show up in those areas. Values are the guiding principles for your life's decisions. They are words like freedom, security, adventure, compassion, growth, and integrity. A goal to make more money can be approached in many ways, but if a core value is integrity, it means you'll pursue that goal ethically. If a core value is freedom, you might be drawn to entrepreneurship rather than climbing a corporate ladder. Your values are the filter through which you should create your goals. Exercise. Identify your top 5 values. Find a list of core values online. There are hundreds. Quickly circle all the words that resonate with you. Don't overthink it. Group similar words together, e.g., freedom, independence, autonomy, from your circled list. Force yourself to choose your top 10. Now for the hard part. Narrow that list down to your top 5. These are your non-negotiables. These 5 words represent your personal constitution. Write these 5 values down and keep them somewhere you can see them. When you set a goal, ask yourself, does this goal align with my core values? Will pursuing this goal allow me to express more of these values in my life? If the answer is no, it's the wrong goal for you, no matter how appealing it seems on the surface. By combining the awareness from the wheel of life with the guidance of your core values, you create your clarity compass. Now, you're no longer guessing. You're ready to set goals that are not just ambitious, but deeply, authentically, and powerfully yours. Part 2. The Blueprint: Designing Goals That Inspire. Chapter 4. The DREMS. Framework for goal setting. Most people have heard of SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. It's a solid, logical framework that has helped millions move from vague wishes to concrete objectives. But logic alone doesn't get you out of bed on a cold morning to go for a run. Logic doesn't sustain you through the inevitable, messy middle of a difficult project. For a goal to truly take hold, it needs more than just logic. It needs emotion. It needs to be connected to your identity. It needs to feel less like a task on a to-do list and more like a chapter in the epic story of your life. That's why we're going beyond SMART. Welcome to the DREMS framework. It incorporates the best elements of SMART, but adds critical layers of direction and emotional connection, transforming your goals from sterile statements into living, breathing sources of inspiration. D-directed a goal must be directly aligned with your why, your core values, and the vision you have for your life. It's the relevant from SMART, but supercharged with purpose. This is the first and most important filter. Poor goal. I want to get a promotion. Directed goal. I will pursue the senior manager position because it aligns with my core value of leadership and will allow me to mentor others, which is a key part of my why to make a positive impact. Checklist. Does this goal directly connect to one of my top 5 core values? Does it move me closer to the vision I identified using my clarity compass? Are realistic and reachable? This is about finding the sweet spot between a goal that is so easy it's boring and a goal that is so impossibly huge it's discouraging. A good goal should stretch you, but not break you. It should feel excitingly challenging, not terrifyingly out of reach. I will become a billionaire by next Tuesday is not a goal, it's a fantasy. Poor goal. I will go from couch potato to running a marathon in 1 month. Realistic and reachable goal. I will train for and complete a 5K race in 3 months, and from there, I will set a goal for a half marathon. Checklist. Given my current resources, skills, and time, is this goal achievable? Does it feel challenging but possible? Emotionalized. This is the secret ingredient missing from most goal-setting systems. You must connect a powerful, positive emotion to the outcome of your goal. How will you feel when you achieve it? Don't just think it, feel it. The human brain is moved to action by emotion far more than by logic. 3. Poor goal. I will lose 20 pounds. Emotionalized goal. I will lose 20 pounds so I can feel the vibrant energy, confidence, and freedom of being comfortable and strong in my own skin every single day. Checklist. What is the primary feeling I want to experience by achieving this? Can I vividly imagine that feeling right now? Actionable. A goal is useless if you don't know the first step to take. It must be stated in a way that suggests action and can be broken down into concrete steps. This is about phrasing your goal not as a passive state, but as an active pursuit. Poor goal. I want to be less in debt. Actionable goal. I will create and follow a budget, and I will pay an extra $200 towards my highest interest credit card every month until it is paid off. Checklist. Is my goal phrased with an action verb? Can I immediately identify the first 3 to 5 steps I need to take? Measurable. What gets measured gets managed. You need a clear, objective way to know if you are making progress. This creates a feedback loop that keeps you motivated. Measurability removes ambiguity and tells you exactly where you stand. Poor goal. I want to get in shape. Measurable goal. I will get in shape by going to the gym 3 times per week, being able to run for 30 minutes continuously, and performing 10 consecutive push-ups within 90 days. Checklist. How will I know when I have succeeded? Is there a number or a clear, observable metric attached to my goal? Scheduled. A goal without a deadline is just a dream. Setting a specific time frame creates a sense of urgency and provides a container for your efforts. It forces you to prioritize and prevents the "I'll get to it someday" trap. Poor goal. I want to write a book. Scheduled goal. I will write the 1,000-word first draft of my book manuscript by December 31st of this year. Checklist. Does my goal have a specific end date or deadline? Are there intermediate deadlines, milestones along the way, putting it all together? A DREMS goal. Let's transform a vague wish into a powerful DREMS goal. Vague wish. I want to be healthier. DREMS goal. To honor my core value of vitality, directed. I will lower my blood pressure by 10 points and lose 15 pounds by my annual physical in 6 months, scheduled and measurable. I will achieve this by following my nutritionist's meal plan and doing 30 minutes of cardio 4 times a week, actionable and realistic. So I can feel the incredible energy and peace of mind that comes from taking amazing care of my body, emotionalized. Take your most important goal and run it through this framework. Refine it until it checks every box. Write it down. This is no longer a simple wish. This is a declaration of intent, a well-crafted blueprint for your future. Chapter 5. The Architecture of Achievement. From vision to action, you have a powerful, inspiring DREMS goal. It's written down, it's clear, and it's connected to your why. But it's still big. Write a 50,000-word book or save $10,000 for a down payment. Can feel so massive from the starting line that it's paralyzing. Staring at the peak of Mount Everest from base camp is overwhelming. You don't climb a mountain in one leap. You do it one step at a time, following a carefully planned route. This chapter is about becoming the architect of your achievement. We're going to break down your monumental goal into a structure of manageable components, transforming overwhelm into a clear, step-by-step action plan. We'll use a simple hierarchy: goal, milestones, projects, tasks. The goal. This is your big DREMS objective. It's the finished building, the peak of the mountain. E.g., launch my online handmade jewelry store by October 1st. Milestones. These are the major checkpoints on your journey. They are significant accomplishments that show you're on the right track. Think of them as completing the foundation, framing the house, and putting on the roof. They break the journey into 3 to 5 major phases. For our example goal, milestones could be: Milestone 1, product line finalized and first batch created by June 1st. Milestone 2, e-commerce website built and fully functional by August 1st. Milestone 3, marketing and launch plan executed by October 1st. Projects. Each milestone is comprised of several smaller projects. A project is a collection of related tasks that result in a specific outcome. Think of these as building the kitchen, wiring the electricity, or painting the walls. For Milestone 2, e-commerce website built. The projects might be: Project 2A, research and select e-commerce platform, e.g., Shopify, Etsy. Project 2B, professional product photography. Project 2C, write all product descriptions and website copy. Project 2D, design website layout and branding. Tasks. These are the individual, concrete actions you need to take to complete a project. They are the bricks, the nails, the individual brush strokes. Tasks are small enough to be put on your daily or weekly to-do list. For Project 2B, professional product photography. The tasks might be: Task 2BI, research local product photographers. Task 2B Roman 2, request quotes and review portfolios. Task 2B Roman 3, hire photographer and schedule a photo shoot. Task 2B Roman 4, prepare jewelry for the shoot. Task 2BV, attend shoot and approve photos. Do you see the magic in this process? The overwhelming goal of launch a business has been systematically deconstructed into a simple, actionable task like research local product photographers. You know exactly what to do today. This chunking down process does 2 crucial things. It creates clarity. It removes the ambiguity and overwhelm, giving you a clear roadmap. It creates momentum. Checking off small tasks provides a steady stream of psychological wins. Each completed task builds confidence and momentum, making the next step easier. This is how you build an unstoppable chain of progress. Exercise. Create your goal roadmap, take your primary DREMS goal, and become its architect. Write your goal at the top of a page. Define 3 to 5 major milestones that will get you there. Give each one a target date. Take your first milestone and break it down into projects. What are the key deliverables needed to achieve this milestone? Take your first project and break it down into specific, actionable tasks. What are the physical actions you need to take? Start each task with a verb call, write, research, design, buy, identify your first 5. Look at your list of tasks and circle the very first 5 things you need to do. Now you have your immediate action plan. This roadmap is your guide. It's a living document that you can adjust as you go, but it provides the structure you need to move forward with confidence. You're no longer just dreaming about your goal, you're actively building it, one brick at a time. Chapter 6. Visualizing Victory. Rehearsing your success before an Olympic sprinter steps into the starting blocks, she has already run the race 1,000 times in her mind. She has seen the stadium, heard the crowd, felt the explosive power in her legs, and experienced the thrill of crossing the finish line first. This is not daydreaming. This is a highly focused mental technique called visualization, and it is one of the most powerful tools in the arsenal of high achievers in every field. The human brain has a difficult time distinguishing between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. When you mentally rehearse an action, you activate the same neural pathways that are used when you physically perform that action. You are, in effect, pre-programming yourself for success. Visualization works on multiple levels to accelerate your goal achievement. It programs your brain to notice opportunities. By repeatedly focusing on your goal, you activate your brain's reticular activating system, RAS, a network of neurons that acts as a filter for information. 4. It begins to scan your environment for anything relevant to your goal, making you notice resources, people, and opportunities you might have otherwise missed. It reduces anxiety and builds confidence. 5. By mentally walking through a challenging situation, like giving a big presentation or running a race, you create a sense of familiarity. When the real event happens, it feels like you've been there before, reducing fear and increasing your self-assurance. It bridges the gap between thought and feeling. It connects your logical goal to the emotional experience of achieving it. This emotional resonance, as we discussed in the DREMS framework, is a powerful motivator for action. How to practice effective visualization is more than just picturing a static image. It's about creating a multi-sensory movie in your mind where you are the star. Find a quiet space and time. Dedicate 5 to 10 minutes each day, perhaps in the morning before you start your day or at night before you sleep. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and take a few deep breaths to relax your body and mind. Engage all your senses. Don't just see your success, experience it. What do you see? See the finished product, the number on the scale, the signed contract, the audience applauding. Make the colors vivid and the details sharp. What do you hear? Hear the words of praise, the sound of the cash register, the cheers of the crowd, the waves on the beach during your celebration vacation. What do you feel? Physical, feel the weight of the award in your hand, the comfortable fit of your new clothes, the solid ground beneath your feet at the summit. What do you feel? Emotional, this is the most important part. Feel the pride, the joy, the relief, the confidence, the freedom that comes with your achievement. Let that feeling wash over you and soak into every cell of your being. Are there any smells or tastes? The smell of a new car, the taste of a celebratory meal. Focus on the process and the outcome. Visualize not only the moment of victory, but also key steps along the way. See yourself confidently handling a difficult conversation, pushing through a tough workout, or staying focused while working on your project. This rehearses the successful execution of the process, not just the celebration of the end result. Beyond mental movies. Vision boards and affirmations. Vision boards. A vision board is a physical collage of images, words, and quotes that represent your goals and your ideal life. 6. Placing it somewhere you'll see it every day, like your bedroom or office, serves as a constant, passive reminder of what you're working towards. It's a visual anchor for your DREMS. Affirmations. An affirmation is a positive statement, written in the present tense, that declares your goal as already true. 7. Instead of "I want to be confident," you would say, "I am confident and poised in all my interactions." The key is to repeat the affirmation while trying to feel the emotion associated with it. Say it with conviction. This helps reprogram the subconscious beliefs that may be holding you back. Visualization is not a substitute for action. You cannot simply visualize a healthier body and expect it to materialize while you sit on the couch eating chips. But when you combine consistent, intelligent action with the powerful mental rehearsal of visualization, you create an unstoppable synergy. You are aligning your thoughts, feelings, and actions towards a single, clear purpose. You are not just hoping for success. You are actively creating the internal conditions for it to manifest. Part 3. The Execution, the Alchemy of Daily Action, Chapter 7. The Momentum Machine. Forging unstoppable habits. Inspiration is a wonderful but fickle guest. It visits when it pleases and leaves without warning. Motivation is the spark that starts the engine, but it's habit that keeps the car moving forward on the long journey to your goal. Aristotle said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act but a habit. The single greatest determinant of your success will be your ability to translate your goals into a set of automatic, consistent behaviors that you perform without needing to debate, negotiate, or summon massive amounts of willpower. You need to build a momentum machine. Your brain is designed to be efficient. It loves to automate processes to conserve energy. This is the essence of a habit. When a behavior is repeated enough times in a consistent context, the brain creates a shortcut, a habit loop. This loop, as detailed by Charles Duhigg in The Power of Habit, consists of 3 parts: cue, the trigger that tells your brain to go into automatic mode and which habit to use; e.g., your alarm clock going off; routine, the physical or mental action you take, e.g., hitting the snooze button; reward, the positive reinforcement that tells your brain this loop is worth remembering for the future, e.g., the feeling of a few more minutes of sleep. The secret to achieving your goals isn't to find more willpower. It's to consciously design positive habit loops that serve your goals and override the negative ones that don't. Strategy 1. The 2-minute rule. A major reason we fail to start a new habit is that it feels too big. Read a book every week or work out for an hour every day can seem daunting. The 2-minute rule, popularized by James Clear, states that any new habit should take less than 2 minutes to do. Read a book every week becomes read 1 page. Go for a 30-minute run becomes put on my running shoes and step outside. Write a book becomes write 1 sentence. The goal is not to achieve a massive result in those 2 minutes. The goal is to master the art of showing up. Anyone can read 1 page or put on their shoes. By making the starting ritual so easy it's impossible to say no to, you overcome the initial inertia. Often, once you've started, you'll feel motivated to do more. But even if you don't, you've still reinforced the identity of someone who shows up. You've cast a vote for your new self. Strategy 2. Habit stacking. One of the easiest ways to build a new habit is to tether it to an existing one. Your current daily routine is already filled with strong, established habits: brushing your teeth, making coffee, commuting. Habit stacking uses this existing momentum. The formula is, after current habit, I will new habit. After I pour my morning cup of coffee, I will meditate for 1 minute. After I take off my work shoes, I will immediately change into my gym clothes. After I brush my teeth at night, I will write down 1 thing I'm grateful for in a journal. By linking the new, desired behavior to an action you already do automatically, you're using the existing neural pathway as a launchpad. The current habit becomes the cue for the new one. Strategy 3. Design your environment. Willpower is a finite resource. Instead of relying on it, be a smart architect of your environment. Make your desired habits easier and your undesired habits harder. Want to eat healthier? Don't bring junk food into the house. Put a bowl of fresh fruit on the counter. Pre-chop vegetables for the week. Want to practice guitar? Don't keep it in its case in the closet. Put it on a stand in the middle of your living room where you can't miss it. Want to check your phone less? Charge it in another room overnight. Turn off notifications. Set specific times to check social media. Your environment is an invisible hand that shapes your behavior. Design it to support your goals, not to sabotage them. Your daily habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. A single workout won't transform your body. Writing one page won't finish your book. But the cumulative effect of these small, consistent actions over weeks, months, and years is staggering. Stop waiting for motivation to strike. Start building your momentum machine, one tiny, well-designed habit at a time. Chapter 8. Conquering the Twin Dragons. Procrastination and overwhelm. You have a clear goal. You have an action plan. You know what habits you need to build. And yet, you find yourself scrolling through social media, organizing your sock drawer, or doing anything and everything except the important task you're supposed to be doing. You've come face to face with the first dragon, procrastination. Or perhaps you look at your massive to-do list, the dozens of tasks from your goal roadmap, and you feel a wave of anxiety wash over you. You don't know where to start, so you shut down and do nothing at all. This is the second dragon, overwhelm. These two are the primary executioners of dreams. To achieve goal mastery, you must learn strategies to slay them. Slaying procrastination is rarely about laziness. Point 8. It's an emotional regulation problem. We procrastinate on a task because it makes us feel bad in some way. It's boring, it's difficult, it brings up fears of failure or imperfection. So we do something else to get a quick mood boost. The key is to manage the emotion, not just the time. Strategy 1, the 5-minute rule. Similar to the 2-minute rule for habits, this is a direct attack on the friction of starting. Make a deal with yourself. You will only work on the dreaded task for 5 minutes. That's it. Anyone can endure almost anything for 5 minutes. Set a timer. More often than not, the hardest part is simply starting. Once you're immersed in the task, the negative feelings dissipate, and you'll find the momentum to keep going long after the 5 minutes are up. Strategy 2. Identify and address the fear. Ask yourself, what negative emotion am I avoiding by procrastinating on this? Is it fear of failure? Fear of judgment? Is it because you're a perfectionist and afraid the result won't be good enough? Once you name the fear, you can address it. If it's perfectionism, give yourself permission to produce a terrible first draft. The goal is completion, not perfection. If it's fear of failure, reread Chapter 2 and remind yourself that failure is just data. Strategy 3, make it a game. Gamify the task. Use the Pomodoro technique. Set a timer for 25 minutes of focused, uninterrupted work on a single task. 9. When the timer goes off, take a 5-minute break. After 4 Pomodoros, take a longer 15 to 30-minute break. This breaks up a daunting task into manageable, game-like intervals and gives your brain regular rewards, the breaks. Taming overwhelm. Overwhelm comes from trying to hold everything in your head at once. Your brain is for having ideas, not for holding them. The solution is to get it all out and then strategically focus. Strategy 1, the brain dump. Take a blank piece of paper and write down every single task, worry, idea, and to-do that is swirling in your mind. Don't filter, don't organize, just get it all out. This simple act frees up immense mental bandwidth. You'll immediately feel a sense of relief. Strategy 2, the Eisenhower matrix. Now that it's all on paper, you need to prioritize. The Eisenhower matrix helps you sort your tasks based on 2 criteria. Urgency and importance. Point 10, draw a 4-quadrant box. Quadrant 1, urgent and important, crises, pressing problems, deadlines. Do IT now. Quadrant 2, not urgent and important, planning, prevention, relationship building, new opportunities. This is where your most important goal-related work lives. Schedule IT. Quadrant 3, urgent and not important, some interruptions, some meetings, some emails. Delegate IT. Quadrant 4, not urgent and not important, trivial tasks, time wasters, some social media. Delete IT. Most people live in quadrants 1 and 3, reacting to what's urgent. Goal masters learn to spend as much time as possible in quadrant 2, proactively working on what truly matters. Strategy 3, the power of 1. Once you've identified your most important task, your quadrant 2 priority, make that your single focus for the day, or at least for your most productive block of time. Don't look at the rest of the list. Don't multitask. Multitasking is a myth. It's actually just rapid task switching, which kills your focus and efficiency. Point 11. Dedicate a block of time to one thing, and one thing only. By using these strategies, you can turn chaos into order. You can meet the dragons of procrastination and overwhelm not with fear, but with a clear, calm, and effective plan of attack. Chapter 9. The feedback loop. Steering your way to success. Imagine a pilot flying from Los Angeles to New York. Does she just point the plane east and hope for the best? Of course not. Throughout the flight, the plane's navigation system is constantly receiving feedback on wind speed, altitude, and position, and making thousands of tiny course corrections. The plane is technically off course 99% of the time, but these constant adjustments ensure it arrives precisely at its destination. Your journey toward your goal is no different. Your initial plan is your best guess, but it's not a sacred text. Life will happen. You'll encounter unexpected obstacles and unforeseen opportunities. The key to reaching your destination is not to follow the plan perfectly, but to create a system for regular feedback and course correction. This is the power of the feedback loop. It's the process of consistently tracking your progress, reviewing your results, and adjusting your strategy. Step 1. Track your progress. You cannot manage what you do not measure. Tracking creates awareness and provides the raw data for your review. The act of tracking itself can be a powerful motivator. Seeing a chain of completed workouts on your calendar makes you not want to break the chain. Keep it simple. Your tracking system should be almost frictionless. A checkmark on a calendar, a number in a simple spreadsheet, a note in a journal. If it's too complicated, you won't stick with it. Track process, not just outcome. As we discussed in the mindset chapter, focus on what you can control. You can't directly control how many pounds you lose in a week, outcome, but you can control how many workouts you did and whether you stuck to your meal plan process. Track your adherence to your habits. Examples. Goal, write a book. Track daily word count. Goal, save money. Track daily spending in a budget app. Goal, get fit. Track workouts completed, meals logged. Step 2, review with intention. Tracking is pointless if you never look at the data. You need to schedule regular appointments with yourself to review your progress. A weekly review is one of the most powerful habits you can build. The weekly review, a 30-minute ritual. Schedule this for the same time each week, perhaps Friday afternoon or Sunday evening. Ask yourself 3 simple questions. What went well this week? Start with your wins. Celebrate your successes, no matter how small. Did you stick to your habits? Did you overcome a moment of procrastination? This builds confidence and reinforces positive behaviors. What were the challenges? What can I learn? This is not about beating yourself up. It's about being a curious scientist. Why did you miss that workout? What triggered that unhealthy snack? Was your plan unrealistic? Look for patterns. Failure is only failure if you don't learn from it. Here, it's just feedback. What is my plan for next week? Based on your answers to the first 2 questions, how will you adjust your approach for the coming week? What is the single most important thing you need to accomplish? Set your priorities and schedule your key tasks before the week begins. Step 3. Adjust your sales. The purpose of the review is to make intelligent adjustments. The feedback loop empowers you to be agile. Is your goal still relevant? Sometimes our priorities change. It's okay to modify or even abandon a goal if it no longer aligns with your values. Is your strategy working? If you're putting in the effort but not seeing results, maybe the plan needs to change. Perhaps you need a different workout routine, a new sales strategy, or help from a mentor. Are your timelines realistic? If you're consistently falling behind, you may need to adjust your deadlines to prevent burnout and discouragement. This isn't failure, it's realistic replanning. Your initial plan is just a hypothesis. The world is your laboratory. Through the disciplined process of tracking, reviewing, and adjusting, you turn your journey into a series of small, manageable experiments. You learn, you adapt, and you steer yourself with ever-increasing precision toward the destination you have chosen. Part 4. The Long Game Sustaining Your Drive and Success, Chapter 10. The Resilience Reservoir, bouncing back stronger no matter how perfect your plan, how strong your why, or how consistent your habits, you will face setbacks. You will get rejected. You will make mistakes. You will fail. This is not a possibility. It is a guarantee. Many people see failure as a stop sign. They hit a wall, conclude they don't have what it takes, and turn back. Goal masters see failure as a detour. They see it as an inevitable and valuable part of the journey. The difference is not in whether they fall, but in how they get back up. The difference is resilience. Resilience is not some innate trait you're born with. It's a skill you can build, an emotional and mental reservoir. You can fill so that when you face adversity, you have the resources to draw upon. Strategy 1. Reframe failure as feedback. We've touched on this before, but it is the cornerstone of resilience. You must fundamentally change your relationship with failure. A failed business launch isn't a verdict on your entrepreneurial ability, it's market feedback on your product. A rejected manuscript isn't a judgment on your talent, it's feedback from a specific editor at a specific time. Ask, what did this experience teach me? Not, what is wrong with me? Every no, every misstep, contains a lesson that can make you smarter, stronger, and better prepared for your next attempt. Strategy 2. Cultivate self-compassion. When you stumble, your inner critic goes into overdrive, berating you for your incompetence. The antidote is self-compassion. This isn't about letting yourself off the hook. It's about treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a good friend who was struggling. Acknowledge the pain. Say to yourself, "This is really hard right now," or "I'm so disappointed." Acknowledging the emotion takes the sting out of it. Recognize common humanity. Remind yourself that everyone makes mistakes. Everyone faces setbacks. You are not alone in your struggle. This connects you to others rather than isolating you in shame. Offer yourself kindness. Ask, what do I need right now? Maybe it's a walk, a conversation with a friend, or simply permission to rest and regroup. Responding to yourself with kindness instead of harsh judgment is what allows you to get back in the game. Strategy 3. Build a failure resume. We all keep a resume of our successes to show to employers. To build resilience, keep a private resume of your failures and what you learned from them. List a significant setback you've experienced. Next to it, write down what went wrong. Most importantly, write down the lessons you learned, the skills you gained, or the strength you developed as a result. This exercise proves to you that you have a 100% track record of surviving your worst days. It reminds you that some of your greatest periods of growth were born from your most difficult challenges. It transforms your past failures from sources of shame into badges of honor and wisdom. Your resilience reservoir is filled not by avoiding difficulty, but by moving through it. Every challenge you overcome adds more water to the tank. By reframing failure, practicing self-compassion, and honoring your past struggles, you build the unshakable inner strength required to play the long game and achieve goals that truly matter. Chapter 11. The Accountability Advantage. You don't have to go it alone. There is a powerful, unspoken myth of the lone genius, or the self-made hero, who achieves greatness through sheer force of will. The reality is that almost every highly successful person has a support system. They have mentors, coaches, partners, and peers who support them, challenge them, and hold them accountable. Trying to achieve a major goal entirely on your own is like trying to push a car up a hill by yourself. It's possible, but it's exhausting and inefficient. Bringing in others is like asking a few friends to help you push. The load becomes lighter, the process becomes more enjoyable, and your chances of reaching the top increase exponentially. Accountability is the act of making yourself answerable for your commitments. 12. When you know you have to report your progress to someone else, you are dramatically more likely to follow through. The social expectation creates positive pressure that helps you overcome the pull of procrastination and comfort. Finding your accountability structure, there are several ways to build accountability into your goal mastery system, the accountability partner. This is a reciprocal relationship with a peer who is also working on a goal. You agree to check in with each other regularly, e.g., a 15-minute call every Monday morning to report on your progress. How to choose a partner. Look for someone who is reliable, supportive, but also willing to call you out when you're making excuses. It's often better to choose someone you're not extremely close with, as a close friend might be too quick to let you off the hook. How to structure check-ins. Keep them brief and focused. Each person answers 3 questions. 1. What did you commit to doing last week? 2. Did you do it? 3. What are you committing to doing this week? Mastermind groups. A mastermind is a small group of individuals, typically 4 to 6, who meet regularly to support each other in achieving their goals. 13. It's like having your own personal board of directors. The collective wisdom and experience of the group can help you solve problems and see opportunities you would miss on your own. Coaches and mentors. This is a more formal and often paid relationship. A coach is a trained professional who can help you with clarity, strategy, mindset, and accountability. A mentor is typically someone who has already achieved what you want to achieve and can offer guidance and wisdom based on their experience. Investing in a coach or seeking out a mentor can be one of the fastest ways to accelerate your progress. Public declaration. Sometimes, the simple act of stating your goal publicly can be a powerful accountability tool. Post it on social media, tell your family, or announce it to your team at work. This won't work for everyone. For some, it can create too much pressure. But for many, knowing that others are watching can be a huge motivator. Whichever method you choose, the principle is the same. You are intentionally creating a structure that makes it harder to quit than to keep going. You are leveraging the power of human connection to bolster your own commitment. You are acknowledging the simple truth that we are stronger together. Don't let pride or fear stop you from seeking support. It is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of strategic intelligence. Chapter 12. Beyond the finish line, the art of meaningful living. You did it. After months or even years of focused effort, you crossed the finish line. You achieved the goal. You lost the weight, launched the business, finished the marathon, paid off the debt. A huge wave of relief, pride, and joy washes over you. You celebrate. You feel amazing. And then, a few days or weeks later, a strange feeling starts to creep in. A sense of emptiness. An unexpected question. Now what? This phenomenon is known as the arrival fallacy. The mistaken belief that achieving a long sought-after goal will bring you lasting happiness. 14. We often put so much focus on the destination that we don't know what to do when we get there. Worse, we can tie our entire identity to the pursuit of the goal. When the pursuit ends, we can feel a little lost. Goal mastery is not just about the skill of achieving, it's about the art of living. The ultimate aim is not to collect a series of checked boxes, but to build a life of continuous growth, fulfillment, and meaning. Step 1. Pause and celebrate meaningfully. Don't rush past the finish line. We are often so quick to set the next goal that we fail to properly acknowledge our achievements. This robs us of the reward that reinforces the entire process. Acknowledge your effort. Reflect on the journey. Look back at where you started and how far you've come. Acknowledge the obstacles you overcame and the person you had to become to get here. Integrate the win. How has this achievement changed you? What have you learned about yourself? How does this new reality fit into your identity? You are no longer someone trying to lose weight. You are now a healthy person who makes conscious choices. Celebrate. Plan a meaningful reward. It doesn't have to be extravagant. It could be a special dinner, a weekend trip, or simply a day off to do whatever you want. The reward should honor the effort you put in. Step 2. Embrace a season of rest. Just as athletes need an off-season, you need periods of rest and recovery between major goals. This is not laziness, it's strategic renewal. Use this time to recharge your batteries, enjoy the fruits of your labor, and reconnect with other areas of your life that may have been on the back burner while you were focused on your goal. It is in this fallow period that the seeds of your next great adventure can begin to sprout. Step 3. Set your sights on the next horizon. Meaningful living comes from having a sense of purpose and forward momentum. After a period of rest, it's time to pull out your clarity compass again, revisit your wheel of life. Has achieving your goal created a new imbalance? Perhaps your focus on career has now made you want to prioritize relationships or personal growth. Ask, what's next? The goal is not to one-up yourself with a bigger, more audacious goal, unless that truly inspires you. The question is, what new challenge will help me grow? What will allow me to express my values in a new way? How can I use my new skills or position to contribute to others? Focus on who you are becoming. The ultimate prize of any goal is not what you get, but who you become in the process of achieving it. Let your next goal be guided by the question, who do I want to become next? Do you want to become more courageous, more compassionate, more creative, more free? Choose a goal that will require you to develop those qualities. The journey of goal mastery never truly ends, because life is not a single destination to be reached. It is an infinite series of horizons. By achieving one goal, you have simply reached a higher vantage point from which you can see new and more beautiful landscapes to explore. The process you have learned in this book, foundation, blueprint, execution, and long game, is not a one-time fix. It is a lifelong operating system for intentional, meaningful living. Conclusion: your journey begins now. We have traveled a long way together. We began with the quiet dissatisfaction of the unlived life, the gap between who we are and who we know we can be. Throughout these pages, we have systematically worked to close that gap, not with wishful thinking, but with a practical, powerful, and proven system. You now understand that true achievement begins not with a to-do list, but with a deep connection to your why and your core values, your personal North Star. You have learned to tame the voice of the inner critic and amplify the voice of your inner champion, cultivating a growth mindset that sees challenges not as threats, but as opportunities. You possess the DREMS framework, a tool to transform vague wishes into crystal-clear blueprints for success, goals that are not only logical but emotionally compelling. You know how to be the architect of your achievement, breaking down monumental ambitions into simple, daily actions. You have discovered the alchemy of execution. How to build a momentum machine through tiny habits, how to slay the dragons of procrastination and overwhelm, and how to use feedback loops to navigate the inevitable twists and turns of your journey. Finally, you know that the long game is won through resilience, accountability, and the wisdom to look beyond the finish line, embracing a life of continuous growth and fulfillment. You hold in your hands a complete map and a well-stocked toolkit. But a map is useless if it stays rolled up on a shelf. The greatest strategy in the world is worthless without the first step. The only thing missing now is your decision to begin. The power to design your life has been within you all along. This book has not given you that power. It has simply shown you how to unlock and direct it. Your journey to goal mastery doesn't start tomorrow or next Monday or on New Year's Day. It starts right now with the very next choice you make. Choose one goal, just one. Run it through the DREMS framework. Break it down into its first 5 tasks, and then take the first, smallest, most ridiculously easy step you can imagine. That is where the unlived life ends and where the life you were meant to create begins. Your future is not something that happens to you. It is something you will build, one value-driven, well-planned, and consistently executed action at a time. Go build it.